Hi, everybody. Welcome to Vault IGN, IGN's Fallout 4 podcast. I'm your host, Jared Petty. I'm joined on my left by...
Sean Finnegan.
To his left...
Brandon Graver.
Across the table from him, special guest.
My name is Damon Hatfield.
Indeed, Damon Hatfield. Welcome to our show today. Glad to have you here.
Glad to be here, Jared.
Damon, what do you do here at IGN?
I'm a host, producer, host of IGN Game Scoop and IGN News.
And you're also enjoying that Fallout 4.
I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4 recently, although maybe now is a good time to confess. Last night, I was starting to think maybe my time in the Wasteland is winding down.
Oh,
It's a good topic for another week.
Yeah.
Indeed. As a matter of fact, it might be that we talked about that on a previously reported podcast that may air before or after this one. I'm not sure which.
I think it's the one that goes after this one.
Is it the one that goes after this one? I've lost count anymore. I've introduced 2 of these already as episode 7, so I'll call this one up. No, this is 8, I think. Anyway, episode 8, we think. We're going to call this one the Christmas special because this is airing the week of Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. It feels like there's a roaring fire going on here right now.
It certainly does.
Yeah,
It's just
beyond,
a mini nuke.
Yeah, beyond just finished recording in here, and there's a kind of a miasma of man-funk still hanging in here, and it's about 100 degrees. So our first topic of the day, a surprise for everybody, based on the presence of our special guest, Damon on Game Scoop. You guys do something regularly called Video Game 20 Questions.
I've heard of it.
That sounds
Yes.
fun.
So that's based on the classical zany romp 20 questions, where you try to guess the answer to a secret question with yes or no questions in 20 guesses or less. For the first and only time, we today will play, in your honor, Fallout 4 20 questions.
Wow. So how does this work?
Yeah,
Okay,
what
so
are we
how this
guessing?
works is you
Of the
are
20
guessing
answers?
and you'll have to determine which by asking a person, place, or thing in the Fallout 4 universe.
So it's just something. There's
It's
so many
something
things.
in Fallout 4.
Yeah,
Fallout
so-
4.
Yeah, some person or some place or something in Fallout 4
So I'm-
working together with yes or no questions. Got to narrow that.
So I
down.
may be at a disadvantage because I haven't completed the story. So there's going to be like locations and
Neither
characters
have I.
I'm not familiar
Right.
with.
You guys are all
I
going
got
to be
you
working
back there.
together on this.
Okay.
Yep, you're going to have to cooperate here. And yes, there may be a disadvantage. I agree. It's a cruel world.
I'm not used to
but-
playing 20 questions.
I know.
Man.
The
Pressure is
I
on.
asked you once about playing 20 questions on your show, Game Scoop, that you host every week, and you said Bob Barker does not play The Price is Right.
Yeah, but apparently today he does.
Well, no, but that was the best answer ever. That's still just great. Okay, guys, you ready for this, Sean?
Yeah, I guess the first question is, am I a person?
No, you are not a person.
Well, you are a person.
Wait, is this, do I ask
No,
him, like,
he's a synth.
Is it a
it's not,
person?
it doesn't have to be a. It's not a.
He's a synth, not a
I
person.
know there's like a Jeopardy type thing.
Okay, so the
It has to be yes or no.
It's
question.
not a person.
Is
Yeah.
this a location?
No.
So
Oh, no, wait.
So by
yes,
process-
pardon me. Yes. I'm sorry. I don't know how to
So-
talk. Yes, this is a location.
it could be a location and a thing, I guess. Like if it's a building or something.
True.
An organization?
Yeah.
Yep, could be
So-
one of those things. So, all right, guys.
We should figure out an interesting way to phrase that into a question that might help us eliminate one or both of the possibilities.
Is this location relevant to the main quest line?
Relevant? What do you
Like
mean?
part of the main quest line, you will go to this place.
Do you absolutely have to go to this location as part of the main quest line? Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
No.
Interesting.
Choice of words there.
I mean, main quest line questions for me are... I mean, that's a good question. That's going to help you figure out the answer. Having not played, like Damon, the campaign as much, the main quest line.
Should we try to place where it is on the map?
Oh, that's a good...
yeah, that would help me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I did our wiki maps, so I know every location.
Super
area.
smart. So the map is ostensibly a square. Like, should we just divide it into
It's like,
quadrants?
it could be like, is it in the top half, bottom, the northern or southern hemispheres?
This is a fascinating idea. Just breaking
narrow
it
it
down this
down,
way.
yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do?
All right, so is it in the northern hemisphere of the Fallout 4 map?
It is indeed in the northern hemisphere of Fallout 4.
Okay.
So now we could go eastern or western.
Is this place a settlement? Can you settle?
One of our 30 settlements in Fallout. No, this is not a settlement.
Is this location inhabited by humans?
There are humans at this location. Yes. If you go
So
to
it
this
sounds like-
location, you will always find humans there.
So there could be other residents as well. Synth or...
That's actually probably going
Robotic.
to narrow it down if I were to ask, are there any synths found at this location?
To my knowledge, I have never encountered a synth at this location.
We should have said, are there any other beings besides humans, and kind of grouped them all together,
course
eliminated
you-
them all at once.
Yeah, but this
Because now we have to ask,
not
are
having
there?
since
If there are
knocks
any,
a lot of
if there are any
locations
Gen
off.
3s at this place, I've never run into them.
There was a lot of places I was thinking of.
I'm real bad with like the names of places is the thing.
You can just tell me, and I'll tell you. What
Yeah.
Describe it to me, and I could probably tell you what the place is called.
Brendan, we're really
By the way, that's 7 questions
Relying on
asked.
you
You got
for this.
13. You got 13 left.
And we determined it's not a settlement. Is that right?
Determine it's
Not,
not.
a settlement.
It's
People
not a settlement.
do live there, though, but you cannot live there.
Yeah, this is not a place that you can start doing your settly thing at.
Should we,
should we just try and eliminate some of the big ones, like that hospital or something?
I feel like there's a bunch of hospitals.
Wait,
there,
which
right?
hospital are you talking about?
But we're talking about
Oh, I guess.
the one that's full of super mutants. That's
You
on the
just
north.
said you'd always find humans there.
Yeah, they're not going to coexist.
You're right. But there's a town like directly north of that. That's
What?
part of that sort of
Diamond
like.
City
No, it's on the north side of the map.
on the north.
Didn't we say it was on the north side
This
of
is
the
in
map?
the north
We asked
half
that? Yeah.
of the map. Yeah.
You mean the Parsons?
I
Insane
can't
Asylum?
remember. No, wait, is it? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I thought it was a hospital.
There's a hospital that ones I'm thinking of, like Medford, is full of humans. There's no humans there.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no settlements near
So
there.
it's probably not that one.
Is it in the northeastern?
It is
Quarter.
not in the northeastern quarter of the map.
Northwestern.
Okay, so
Places
Crouch
near
Parsons.
Sanctuary. That's good. I've spent a lot of time over there.
Trying to think what's
I
up there.
deliberately chose this location for its familiarity to early game players.
That's a hint. That's a good hint.
Is this a
Where'd you go?
raider camp?
No.
Is this Covenant?
No.
So it's early game, but not part of the main storyline.
Mm-hmm.
But you always find humans there.
And you always find at least one synth in Covenant.
Oh yeah, I forgot. about that.
So
I'll punch something right now.
it wouldn't be like Good Neighbor.
No, because Good
You have to
Neighbors-
go there, right?
You have to go through the main quest to do the thing, the memory den.
Yeah, yeah.
The memory den.
Yeah.
I'm in the dark here. I have no idea.
You asked if it was in the northeast, right?
No,
said no.
Right,
Yeah.
northwest. Yeah, that's correct. I was making sure. I was redoing directions in my head. Yes, I'm still right. Still right. All right,
So-
guys. So you have 9
so it's
questions.
northwest or
northwest?
10 asked.
So it is in the northwest.
It is
Yeah.
in the
So that's where you
northwest.
start the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? Then you make your way to,
Sanctuary.
And that's still a huge
Sanctuary.
area.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
still a huge quarter of the map. But
but you have to go to Sanctuary, and then you find your first settlement,
Mm-hmm.
the Red Rocket. And then there's a diner along the way
There is a diner.
where you
Starlight Diner.
No, there's Drumlin Diner.
yeah you
There's a
save
merchant there, so there is always a human there.
yeah.
But are there synths?
No.
See, that's the thing
No,
is the
there's
only
no synths.
synths I've run into have been like the Institute over by Medford.
but you don't always know when you're running into a synth early in the game either. Just be careful about that.
Oh. Clever.
Yeah, some locations have just pre-programmed. There will be synths fighting there, or
Yeah, we're not
will-
spoiling anything here. People that have played the game by now know that people are paranoid because some synths
so
look
off
like
the top of my
people.
head, I can think of there's a Drumlin Diner. There's also the Cambridge Police Institute where you find Paladin Dance and the Brotherhood, their early recon team. They're always there, to my knowledge.
Is that north?
That is still in the
It's
It's kind
northwest?
of like in Cambridge, which has not crossed the river.
Pre-nuclear apocalypse, is this place somewhere where people would have gone to buy something?
This is not a place you would have purchased things before the apocalypse.
So that makes me think it's like
It's not
That's
like
11.
it's like not a restaurant or not a.
So it could be the police station.
You have 9 questions.
You don't have to go to the police station.
No, that's the Brotherhood is an optional part of the main quest.
Save us,
guys.
Brendan.
Trying to think. Is it the Cambridge Police Station?
It is not the Cambridge Police Station. No. 8 left.
Okay, what else is in that quadrant?
Think about what you already know about the place. You know where it is. What else do you know about it?
Well, we have a general idea of where it is.
Yeah.
When you said that you'd always find humans there,
Yeah.
that means that you can never wipe it off the map?
I've never tried. Oh, wait, wipe the location or kill every human?
Kill every human.
I've never tried to kill every human in this place. I suspect it's possible, but I've never tried. So I'm not going to give you an answer, and I'm not going to charge you a question.
All right.
And you don't consider ghouls to be humans.
In this case, ghouls are not humans, although they're people too. Yep. So
What other? Oh no, there's also the farm, Abernathy Farm, has humans. No sense.
But didn't you say there were
settlement?
settlements?
It's a settlement. Never mind. Never mind.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, both of the farms are nearby. I think every farm is a settlement. It can be at least one. So that's nixing the farms.
I'm starting to think I may not have visited this place.
Yeah, I'm thinking that as well.
I'm just like trying to like bring the giant wiki map into my head right now.
I'm going to give a hint to stimulate the conversation here. This is a place that appears on the map. It's not hidden or anything like that. So there's a fairly good chance
Like once you
you've
discover
encountered
it.
Yeah, this is a place that pops up.
And you said there will always be humans at this location.
I have never come to this location and not found people there.
Okay, that means it's not going to be.
Professor Goodfeels.
It's not. Yeah, it's not also not going to be conquered because they all migrate to Sanctuary, and it's not Sanctuary because when you first get there, there's no humans there.
These things you were saying are all true.
Would it help if we tried to determine how many humans are there? Like, is it 2? Is it 10?
That can be a lot of numbers to get wrong though.
Well, you
you
know,
could
there
do
is the
less than.
famous
Yeah, you could
greater
say, is
than,
there
less
more
than
than-
January 1st,
Yeah.
2000 question.
You guys want to go for that one?
So if it's not a settlement, right? That means that generally it's going to be fixed, right? Like there's always 2, or there's always just some number.
Yeah,
Like it doesn't fluctuate, right?
doesn't sound like it.
I mean, I'm asking.
No,
Like,
yeah, because if,
Do
like,
settlements out in Fallout generally have, if it's not a settlement, sorry?
no, like the Abernathy Farm always has the 3 family members.
Mm-hmm.
10 Pines Bluff always has the 2 people there.
I'm trying to cover us in case we ask.
8 questions left.
Yeah.
The people demand it, guys.
No,
They
just
demand
trying to think.
questions.
See,
Conquered
yes,
would
when you're
be
not playing, you feel like there's
Lexington.
like a lot of empty space you're
Exactly.
trying to
Yes.
Conquered wouldn't be.
I'm feeling the pressure that you often feel, Damon.
fill. I try to keep it going.
Keep things moving.
This wasn't a raider, so it's a friendly.
Come on, guys, you can do this.
Do we ask if it's a peaceful location?
That's kind of if they're not raiders
Yeah.
and they're humans.
Yeah,
then
that's
they're
true.
usually. I've never encountered. I don't know if they're scavengers, but no. Let's see, Western Water.
I think you're the one that's going to have to identify the situation, but Sean and I can help you with questions
Yeah.
to narrow it down.
Definitely.
maybe.
Yeah.
We need some questions here, guys. It's been
Feel
a
free to-
while since you've asked a question.
Feel free to ask because I
You have 8 left.
taken out places.
I mean, I don't even really know
Are
what
there-
questions I can ask to help narrow it down.
Are there fewer than 10 people found at this location?
There are not fewer than 10 people
So it's
found at this
gotta be
location.
big.
There's a lot of people here.
It's a big place, kind of big.
This is throwing me for a loop.
Should I? I mean, I haven't come across the location, but should we specify that these people are alive or dead? Like, are there places out there that are just like graveyards?
That would be dark.
There's a graveyard, yeah, but there's also
To save you the trouble, these people are alive.
okay.
Hooray!
Live
We got a
people
hint.
in the northwest quadrant who are still.
I
But
mean,
it's not a settlement.
Yep. And again, when you said settlement, I was talking a place where you establish a settlement.
And if you're playing along at home, no fair looking at a map.
yeah, we have to do this from
Yeah.
memory.
7
And-
questions left, guys. You also asked about dead people. These people are definitely not dead, nor are they ghouls, but they do have one very big thing in common with people who live in a graveyard.
That had the cadence of a hint.
Trying to figure out what that would mean.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like, I know that it's a hint, but it's just going right over my head.
No,
What could you possibly have in common with people?
it can't be that because there's sense there.
Where?
I'm not
Burn
gonna
a
say
question.
it.
Do it.
He can say it. It's not gonna, that if you just
yeah.
say
There-
something
there
that you're
wouldn't
thinking
be-
of.
If you
They
guess and
wouldn't-
you're wrong,
Not
it's,
making a response.
They
Here.
wouldn't be at the railroad because there's sense there.
Also, the railroad is not in
The
the,
railroad's in the
northwest.
east.
It's
So
in the east. Oh, I
yeah.
thought it was kind of on the. All right,
it's
in the
pretty
east,
close.
yep.
But yeah.
Yep.
but they have a lot in common with people.
Okay, guys, got to have a question here.
They have a lot in common with
At this
dead
point, we're
people?
looking at like 12 minutes of this, so we got to have a question.
Is
I
it
know.
sanctuary?
I feel your pain. Oh, yeah, we already actually established that
yeah,
it isn't
I
thought-
sanctuary.
No, I know.
Is this in the city portion of Boston?
No.
And we know it's not Drummond Diner.
6
There's more than
questions.
10 people there. I don't think I've visited this place.
Oh man.
I might have. I don't remember the name.
But he was saying that most people would have visited this place.
This is a place that it's fairly common to run into.
Is this a place that you and Brennan have discussed?
Yes. Brennan and I have talked extensively about this place.
Search your memory. Search your memory.
Search the guide.
Put this on me.
Brendan, you wrote the guide. You are our only hope.
I only made the map in every single location page on the entire wiki. This should.
All right.
Oh, jeez. It's just there's so many locations.
5 questions left. Well, think about what distinguishes one location from another besides the number of people in it. What makes them
What
distinct?
kind of area it is?
All those different icons on the map indicate different kinds of
above
places.
ground or
Yeah, that's what
underground?
I was about to say. Is this place underground?
It is.
Okay.
But it's not the
An underground
Institute.
location in the northwest
Underground in the northwest.
With more than 10
More than
people
10 people.
that you
More than
can't
10
settle.
people.
and that you've talked to Jared about extensively.
Yes.
So I'm thinking of base, but the all I can think of is either the Institute, which has sense, or safe house.
Wait,
No.
so we've established that there are no synths there.
We've established that there are no synths there that I'm aware
There
of.
are
So-
But
more than 10
we don't
humans.
know if there are.
I mean,
We
it's
can't-
possible.
It's impossible to know.
It's possible that there's a synth down there.
I think you're
but-
getting distracted with the synths thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all
I
I'm
think
saying.
too much
Probably.
focus on the synth. This is not. Yeah, it's not the Institute. None of that to worry
Okay,
about.
it's not. He did clarify that it's not a settlement, but
Yeah.
he did not say that you couldn't live there.
Can you?
That's a
place-
very good point.
A place that has more than 10 people sounds like a place you'd be able to rent for the night.
Like you can do that at Diamond City.
do it in
right.
Diamond City, and you can do it in Good Neighbor as well. But Good Neighbor has
But you know it's underground.
I mean, are there other
Wait,
things besides
wait, there'll
vaults that
always
are
be people
underground?
there?
Is it
There
another
will
vault?
always be people there, and it's underground.
is it a vault?
Yeah.
Well, but which one? Like it can't be
Yeah,
the
there's
one.
a couple of vaults.
It can't be 111.
No, I know which. Forget the number.
I'm trying to remember. Do you?
Is it vault 87?
You are. It is not 87 yet. It contains the word 80.
What? How many questions are we on? 18.
Yeah, you're on 18.
You have three
Vault
questions,
80
two
what?
questions to eliminate.
Is
Yeah.
that it?
No, which one? 80 what?
81?
Wow, that sounds so close
Is it
to
81?
correct, Damon. It is Vault 81. There we are.
We did it.
It's
On
97,
19.
right?
Now, what's that?
It's 97.
It's Vault 81. That's the one.
The other one is 97, though.
Oh, there's 75, 81, 111, 114. I forget the other one's number.
Oh, no,
Yes, it is
Wow.
Vault 81. My apologies for that one.
Why
I
did I
actually
think of
thought you guys
vaults?
it's actually very close to where you start, and it's
So I
on the
don't
map.
think I've been there. There are people down there that are alive.
Yeah, lots and
What do
lots.
you mean they share something?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because just that they're underground.
just like the dead, they spend their whole lives underground. Yeah, so maybe that was too obtuse, but
I hate your hint.
yeah, there's a lot of things. There are stores. There are lots and lots of people. It pops up on the map. It's one of those things that it's kind of along a major north-south route. So you're
I haven't
likely
been
to
there
run
yet.
into it. You have not been to 81?
No.
Damn it, have you been to 81?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, boy, did I pick on you. But you.
Okay, don't even.
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
got there.
Thank
We got
you very
there.
much for
We did
playing
it. We
along,
made it.
and let me know how many questions it took you to get there. And please write to us and let us know here at Vault. Thank you so much
I'm sorry.
for playing along. No, they did it. And again, that's the disadvantage of picking a place you've never been. How are you supposed to guess it? But you guys managed to help Brendan get to it there in the end. So, Vault 81, an exciting place to go. Fun gameplay tip: help the little girl find her cat, and then hang around for a while. It's totally worth what happens next.
You won't believe what happens.
You
Yeah.
won't believe what happens
Click
next.
here to find out what happens next.
Among the best things about Vault 81 is it's a place where you can encounter one of the most interesting companions in the game.
And there's a barber shop.
And there's a barbershop. So both those things, very good. But yeah, go to 81. It's not far from the alien crash site.
Okay.
So
All right.
there we go. So yay, that went for a while. All right, so moving on to the next little bit of informality. Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. And at Christmas time, we like to think about presents. So what I want to ask you guys is if you could get one Fallout 4 themed present for Christmas, what would it be? It could be a mod. It could be DLC. It could be a physical object. It could be some Fallout product that doesn't exist but you wish did. It could be the ability to launch nuclear weapons at your enemies. Whatever you wish.
I want a really good set of armor because I'm stuck on this silver shroud and I can't find anything better.
Did you try the ballistic weave?
No, I haven't found Tinker Tom is in another location doing this thing, setting up this device, and he will not barter with me right now.
Oh my goodness! Well,
Yeah.
has he talked to you about it at all?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. The main thing to do is to take go kill a gunner, get a set of army fatigues, go to a crafting bench, and see if you've got the opportunity to do weave mods.
Yeah, I'll have to
if
check
you
that
do,
out.
you've already got the ability, and then that's going to solve your armor problems right there. So better armor. I think.
Yeah,
that's
ever since I found the Silver Shroud, I equipped it, and then I haven't found anything better since then. So.
Okay, so you want something that. Are you enjoying the game, Damon?
Yeah, I played a lot of the game. I was enjoying it a lot. Like I was saying at the top of the show, I'm starting to feel like I'm just sort of spinning my wheels, doing a lot and not really making a lot of progress.
Okay, we got to get you some armor then. So
And I know that there's Rise of the Tomb Raider just sitting on my shelf, just waiting to be
It's a lot of
played.
games.
Pro tip from
Yeah.
Ryan McCaffrey was to play that first.
I know, but then
before
I
you
got
started
sucked into Fallout 4.
But it doesn't hurt to go away from Fallout, and we talked about this in
That's
another
true,
show.
that's true,
Walk
that's
away
true.
and come back. It's a good game for that, actually. I very rarely finish Bethesda games in one fell swoop. So, what about you, Sean? What's your Fallout Christmas present?
So I have this really cool Fallout bobblehead, and I love the make of it, but I just kind of don't like to move it because it's a bobblehead. Then I'm a big statues guy. I like things that don't move. I don't like points of articulation and stuff like that. So for Christmas, I would love that big Fallout statue that we have.
Oh,
over
the
by
honking giant
Vault
one
101
over in the
front
the
of our
far
conference
lobby.
room. Yeah, we have a life-sized Vault Boy statue that's enormous, and it's branded Fallout.
Take the power armor.
I really like
Power
that
Statue's
thing,
good.
but I'm kind of scared that I'm going to be sleeping here one night late for work, and I'm going to wake up and
wake
its
up and
hands
you
are going to
look
be
at
on
it.
my throat. Oh, you can turn his hand too,
It's,
so you can make him thumbs up or thumbs down.
it is
Found you want to.
It's a comically huge statue that I would love to have in my apartment.
It's
I think
great.
It would be really
it's
funny.
a really good statue. I agree.
I
with
mean, you did specify it could be anything, right?
Yeah,
it didn't have to
anything.
be in game.
It's
Okay, cool.
no. As a matter of fact, real life is fine.
Yeah. I like statues, and I think well-made statues are really, really cool. I have a few I have a Batman one and the Great Master Chief one, and I want to round it out and get a cool little Vault Boy one.
All right. What about you, my friend?
I want my own personal supply of that Nuka-Cola Quantum that they've been selling.
In real life?
The Jones Soda one that you can't get anywhere.
Okay.
They only had 10 of them, and they sold out. And they're like, okay, you can buy some more, but you had to buy Fallout 4. I already have the game.
Yeah, I
I
don't
just want the soda.
well, you spend $60 for our soda.
I think only Target was selling it, and I heard that half people just the employees just bought it before they even opened the store.
Yeah, we're running into something similar. They're bringing Crystal Pepsi back, the cotton candy flavored soda from my youth, and but apparently
soda
they're
needs to be
making
sweeter
9
than it already
bottles.
is.
I don't know. Nobody's going to be able to drink this.
Would you
they
drink
said.
Crystal Nuka Quantum?
Oh, yes.
I would.
It's
yes,
already pretty
absolutely.
crystallized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
those
also
Nuka Cola bottles, the shape bottles, that is really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a great.
What is the cola inside? Because they didn't brew a new cola for this.
I know it's really light blue. I have no idea what it tastes like.
It could be one of the Jones flavors. Jones has a lot of
Yeah, they
weird
do have a lot of
flavors
zany
and colors.
flavors.
Jones makes that. Have you ever bought their turkey dinner soda pack before?
I've been terrified.
I feel like I have tried that.
Yeah, I
Pretty
bought
nasty,
it.
yeah.
It's nasty. I also tried it and bought them all. And the cranberry sauce wasn't bad, but the gravy.
No,
not
the
so
gravy's
good.
not
Gravy's
good.
not so
Yeah.
good at all.
No.
But,
What about you, Jeremy?
Yeah, what are you going to share your
yeah,
Fallout Christmas wish?
I think I think that in my reality, I'd like to live in a world utterly devoid of nuclear weapons. That's what I want for Christmas. So
Fallout themed.
we'd lose Fallout, but we'd gain safety from absolute radioactive annihilation.
Yay.
Yeah, that's a fanciful dream. But if I could wave my hands and make them and all knowledge of how to make them go away, that would be
If we can get it done in Metal
swell
Gear Solid 5, then we can try and get it done.
in the real world.
But making the knowledge disappear would deprive us of nuclear energy too.
I'm really okay with that at this point.
But nuclear energy is so efficient.
It is so efficient, but nuclear bombs are so efficient. That's my worry about it. No, nuclear power. I mean, it's one of those cases where go ahead.
No, I was going to make a really terrible pun.
Oh,
No,
okay. Nuclear tech can be used for good or evil, just like many kinds of technology. But I do think that this is one of those ones where the fact that there are enough weapons to kill every human being on Earth
Many times over.
many times over, just sort of sitting there pointed at one another with little buttons. You sit there
Just
and
in
go,
cases.
Yeah, it's rather frightening to me. But you're right. I mean, nuclear power is a great boon. Although, again, my feelings on that, I lived not too far away from Fukushima Daiichi for a while, and that did taint my
Yeah, that would probably change a lot of
appreciation for
perspective.
nuclear power when that happened. So, moving on to something a little less grim, or perhaps more. Brandon came up with this one. He comes up with a lot of our best topics. Forget your Fallout character for a moment. Sean is notorious for playing an evil, horrible jerk. That's what you.
And his name is?
melee wielding
Floyd Tufts.
Floyd Tufts, the mass murderer. You're kind of a sneaky ninja man.
Sneaky commando.
Demon, what kind of character do you play in Fallout?
Anytime I'm given the opportunity to play female, I play as a female, make her as Asian as possible, and then name her after my wife, Kim.
Oh, there you are. Okay,
That's just adorable.
Just Kim.
Yeah.
It's Kim. That's fantastic.
Felt like you had to have a last name for me.
I didn't.
So, what I want to know about you is if you, not your character, if you were cast into the world of Fallout, if you were frozen today and thawed out several hundred years later in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, what would the you character build look like based on the Fallout rules?
And what would you do?
How would you approach the situation in a pragmatic, I've only got one life to live,
Besides
this isn't a
dying,
video
because it's
game
all gonna
way.
happen to us.
No, let's just assume and we're living in the Fallout rules where radiation doesn't immediately destroy you for some reason, or
So it's just the Fallout world if it were real.
it's the Fallout world
what's-
for real,
what would
and
your-
you're
what would,
there.
What would the Sean Finnegan stat build look like? Your charisma, your intelligence.
I feel like this could easily turn into me bragging, but
That's the idea. If you come across as vain, the audience will mock you. I
Yeah.
trust that to keep you in check.
I've been told that I'm personable and charismatic, and that I'm really good at convincing people of things. So I think maybe a high charisma build where it's like based on speech and bartering
Okay.
would
Local
be
leader
part of my
perks.
build. Yeah. I personally think that the first thing I would do is find myself a really solid melee weapon, because you don't have to rely on ammo that way, and you have infinite amounts of AP
Now
that you can always swing.
Let's go to the future Fallout world. You're wandering around with your you find machete in the woods. It's a handy thing to have, and you come across a real dude, and he points a gun at you.
I'm just saying, it's
What
not
would
the
you do?
only weapon I would have.
Okay.
It's just the
That's the
first one I
one
would
you
go
grab.
for. Is
It's
find a
good.
good
Not
melee
gonna die
weapon.
that
Yeah.
easily.
Okay, I don't-
Also, I was gonna say you don't want something with sharpened edges because it becomes a blunt eventually. You want like a bat or a mallet or something.
Do you think you could bludgeon someone to death if you had to in a post-apocalyptic future?
I mean, if we're in this highly likely situation where I'm in the Fallout 4 real world, yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, just curious about that. What about your liabilities? What would you not be good at?
Very low endurance, so couldn't run for a long time. Not really in great shape. Would say that I'm not a very like stealthy person either, so maybe low agile as well.
Okay,
Low agility.
agility.
Yeah.
Final
I have to really
question.
brainstorm about
How
this.
many days would you live?
Forever.
Forever. All right.
Forever.
Damon, what about you? What's your build? What are your assets?
Am I just trying to like? I'm not like assigning my points, right? I'm trying to
reflect yourself.
reflect
who
myself,
you are.
which is I want to point out it's actually very tough for I think anybody to really like know themselves that well.
Exactly.
But I would guess that my strength, endurance, agility, intelligence would all be very average, but maybe I'd have high scores in luck, and because I was lucky enough to get a job here at IGN.
There we go.
And perception
Okay.
might be above average there. I feel like I
You notice things.
try to be aware of my surroundings, try to be perceptive. So in this scenario, I'm just waking up in the vault.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've slept through.
Hundreds of years
Yeah.
of this. You just woken up.
So I'm very risk averse. I'm very interested in living a long, happy life and like minimizing the risk that threatens that. So, man, in the wasteland, I'd probably try to stick to myself as much as I can, and probably just when I do encounter people, just try not to piss them off. Just try not to give them a reason to kill me and eat me.
I thought you were gonna go with I thought you were gonna say you were just gonna stay near the vault.
I mean, sure, yeah,
Clear all
if
the
I
dead
can.
people out of there.
If there's like food and
Donate these
supplies
frozen
there, like
boxes.
Well, like you can go out and scavenge
No,
for food and
yeah.
stuff, but really just bring it back to the vault.
not really much
stay
of a
in the
reason to go
vault.
out there. I don't.
Would you carry a weapon?
Yeah, I would carry a weapon for sure. Yeah.
What would you look for?
I mean, whatever I could find.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to like weigh me down, so I'm probably not going to be carrying like a fat man around.
Okay.
Is it the deliverer? I mean, maybe I'll have the deliverer, the
a good-
silenced
yeah, it's a
little
great
pistol
weapon.
that you have there. You can get early in the game.
And last question: how long would you live?
Man, like fingers crossed. I could, if I just stayed in the vault, I could be happy down there for a good while.
Yeah.
Providing no raiders like barged in. But then if there's a bunch of raiders against me, I wouldn't bet for me.
All right. A modest man.
I mean, I want to try to be realistic.
Yeah, I understand. That works. Kill them cockroaches, the radroaches you
Yep.
find down there, and then just stay down.
Clear out the bodies.
Yeah.
You could sleep in the cryotube,
Yeah.
provided it doesn't turn on.
It's nice,
Well, there's beds down there too.
True.
Yeah. For me, I thought the topic up. I thought a lot about this, so I would probably be. I think I modeled my playstyle closer to what I would do. So I would like have, I'd say, kind of good agility, perception. I used to do cross country, so I think I would have a little bit of endurance. Probably really low strength, like 2 strength, and I'm not
Like
I'm,
2.
Yeah. I'm pretty
3's pushing
introverted,
it,
so I think I would not begin that local leader perk. I'd be like, maybe trust me. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's talk. Why not? Probably like a couple points in luck because I've never broken a bone in my body yet.
Oh, you are so dead today. Like you're,
I know.
Yeah.
Second I leave.
Yep.
I knew this. Anyway, for now, my luck points are good.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I would probably be like very like cautiously stealthy because I'm a just natural sneaky person, I guess. After leaving the vault, I would probably make my way to Diamond City. I feel like I would want to kind of surround myself with people who can protect me.
Okay.
And then because I probably want to, help out in some way, I'd probably like work for like a scavenge supply merchant, go out and scavenge the ruins nearby and get some junk, and then I'd probably die.
How long would you survive?
A couple months until Super Mutant Suiciders blew me up with a mini nuke.
And that would be that. All right. So modest means all. That's a difficult question, asking somebody, what they feel like that they'd be like. Try to reflect yourself. I used to run D&D campaigns and have people try to make themselves on a character sheet. And it's amazing how awkward it gets.
Yeah,
so
I feel like other people
putting
should
on
do that
everything.
for you.
for you.
Yeah.
I agree most of the time. I just wanted to see self-perception is kind of fun. It's like a Myers-Briggs for the Fallout world.
What about yourself? You're not going to share your
Oh,
own?
I guess I could. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that I don't think it's good to be a fat old man in the Fallout universe. Someone will want to eat you. I am slow and weak, and I have the manual dexterity of Stephen Hawking. And I'm not particularly perceptive.
You
and,
have high intelligence.
I have a
And
decent
you have high
intelligence.
charisma.
You think so?
You
Oh,
have
okay.
a high charisma, high intelligence build. You can
Okay.
probably report
You
a
can
robot.
convince other
Then-
people to fight for
Then
you.
here's the plan, I guess. I'm going to I think I'd probably try to be like an itinerant missionary or something, like just wander around like
Be
a frontier
a
priest.
follower of Adam.
Yeah, no, I
worship
don't want to do
radiation.
that. But maybe I could form a cult, and not crazy nuclear cult, but like groovy, happy in the less violent areas of the map cult.
So you would
Professor
colonize,
Goodfields.
you colonize the Sunshine Titans co-op.
Yeah, something like that. Just get
yeah,
up there, be kind of
man.
groovy. And I think in that kind of world, yeah, kind of stay out of trouble. But while I do not enjoy violence, I know a little bit about surviving in the wild, just enough to get myself in trouble, like enough to appreciate that it's really, really hard. And so my belief is that my odds of surviving for long would be pretty limited, as most people in that setting would be. But I do know a fair bit about outdoor living and could make a good run of it before croaking. But I don't give myself more than a few months in that world. Something much faster and meaner than me would eventually.
I could totally see just a bunch of raiders around you. You go, oh, I'm sorry. Like, oh, okay.
that'll-
You say he's sorry. It's Jared. All right.
Nah,
Look at
I
him.
don't
He's
think
so
I don't think
adorable.
they get you out of raider trouble. I'm pretty sure at some point they just put you on a stick and make you their banner. But
Pretty good way to go. someone's
no,
banner.
that is not a good way to go.
I want to
at
be
all.
someone's banner. If I had to die,
Where do you think
might as well
that
be-
stick's going?
Huh?
I mean,
well, I'll be dead by then. hopefully.
you hope.
If I was on if I was on the brink of extinction, I'd go to great lengths to make sure I survived. Like I'd irradiate myself in hopes of turning into a super mutant, that kind of stuff.
Or you
like,
get ghoul
You end up a
fight.
ghoul.
yeah,
Yeah,
become a ghoul. Yeah, like I'm sure. That's why I said I'd live forever, because I'm sure I would, just maybe not as a living, breathing, thinking human.
In a survival setting, I'd be tempted to abandon my morality. I don't know if I do it. There would be.
Well, I did it already for the video game.
Yeah,
so
but
if it was
in reality,
real, I
that'd
think
be
it would be.
In reality, that'd be much harder. I mean, it could kind of be the ultimate test, I guess, of ethics, is if you can actually manage to be a decent person in a horrible circumstance. It's not easy to do, but that doesn't excuse. Just because it's not easy doesn't mean you shouldn't. And that's so. Hopefully, I wouldn't become an evil. Maybe I could be Lord Humongous from Mad Max. Just have the big like hockey mask, and I've always just wanted to be him anyway. What's the most terrifying creature you can imagine being radiation transformed? We talked about rad roaches earlier, and the Fallout universe is full of awesome animals that have been turned into terrifying things. Miranda's in love with deathclaws, which I think were originally crocodiles, right? Is that
They're
it?
geckos.
What's the lore? Is that
Geckos.
true? That's
Geckos.
canon?
Yeah, they were a FEV mutation experiment from geckos.
Wow.
So what if you were to take
Terrifying.
any creature in the animal kingdom? Poor Alana, she's so tired of people asking her about spiders. coming from Australia and dealing with
there's
years of
some
American
crazy
nature
animals
shows.
over
I do
there.
not want to deal with radiated spiders. No, thank
So-
you. I have arachnophobia.
It'd be like Eight-Legged Freaks. You all seen that movie?
Yeah, I have seen
David
that
Arquette.
movie, and that movie.
I saw a picture.
David
I was
Arquette.
on
They
yeah.
talk in that movie.
It's
the
a little
spiders,
weird,
They
yeah.
talk.
Spiders talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like English?
Yeah, like English words. Not like full sentences, but they're like, no, and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You should watch that movie, Damon. That's
Should I?
That's worth 90 minutes of your life. Yeah. What's the most terrifying animal you can imagine being irradiated into?
Besides the obvious radiated spider, maybe an irradiated badger.
Badger.
They're already
Ooh.
tenacious.
See,
so-
I feel like it would have to be some sort of insect, right? Because
Oh, why?
insects. Well, because the only reason insects do. I mean, already there's so many more insects on the planet than there are any other type of like genus. I don't know how you classify that. Whatever
Yeah.
level of the hierarchy that is. But also insects tend to be like way stronger than their size leads on to be. So if
Right.
it became irradiated and was like the size of us, like there's that, ants can lift 800 times their body weight. So if it was our size, it could lift like the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Which means like I would be tempted to say the most terrifying thing would be like an irradiated praying mantis or something,
Oh.
right?
They actually had those in Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, well there you go. Terrifying.
In one of the vaults. Yeah.
So, yeah,
Think
and
about that. Like, what if it was 12 feet tall and it had razor sharp claws that were like 9 feet
And they
long?
move faster than you can see. That's
Yeah,
the
they
other
can
thing. If you're watching
sprint.
Manus hunt.
Also, they're
yeah.
like they're incredibly like skilled camouflage
Yeah.
creatures.
Although I'm guessing at 12 feet, that's less effective. Like, that's
you
a
don't
big
know
leap.
that though. Like, what if it
You
just
know?
got 12 more times effective at?
Camouflage.
Camouflaging, like,
it
it's
just
just-
like it suddenly looks like a Studebaker or like
It's like a ruined building. All of a sudden.
it's mantis. No, okay. So a praying mantis. What do you say?
The
Badger.
yeah.
What's so frightening about a badger?
Because badgers are jerks.
Fierce.
Very
Yeah, they're
vicious,
fierce jerks, and they're like crazy killers. And so if you had a giant mutated one that had like 2 heads and 20 claws,
You're
nope,
describing a dragon.
Ugh.
that would be a badger. They should call them dragons.
Death by badger. Wow, that'd be
Honey badger don't care.
yeah. What about you?
Sharks. Sharks don't do anything but eat other things. And I think like being eaten alive, it's got to be just like the worst way to go. So like an animal that doesn't do anything but just eat other animals is like irradiated. And if God forbid they can come on land,
That's what I was gonna say.
now all they're doing is just eating stuff on land. That's it.
Now, which is more frightening? Them with like 4 like huge stumpy like human baby feet legs coming out of the sides, or with wings?
I'm imagining the muscular cartoon sharks. What was that cartoon show called?
Wait, I don't know the cartoon shark.
I
What is
know
it?
the one you mean.
Yeah, they're ones with their like
They have biceps.
yeah, they're like the biker mice from Mars, but they were just
Yeah.
like crude, cool shark dudes. I don't know.
So here's the thing: is
I'm
like
blanking. I'm sorry.
I suppose radiation is one way of like forcing evolution, but like, is there any guarantee that an irradiated shark would be able to come on land? Like,
No, not a guarantee at
Okay.
all. But like, just think of what it's done to like the death claws. And like, if those were geckos,
the
it's
Myra
transformed pretty significantly from what it
So
used
if you
to
had
be.
like flying megalodons just like
Yeah.
swooping through the woods. Oh my God. Yeah, that in fact
yeah,
that would be a living
yeah.
nightmare.
Even though the insects are more practically dangerous and the badger's just inventive, I think I'm most frightened of
Well,
flying
you have a
sharks.
good point because like
Street sharks.
Street
Okay,
sharks.
there you
Thank
go.
Thank you.
you have a good point because like the praying mantises, like while they're lethal killing machines, like they only do it for survival. They're not like angry animals that just killing machines. Sharks.
I mean, I guess technically sharks do it for survival too, but like that's all they do.
But like,
Also,
well,
like they
remember when
smell blood, they
Richard-
go crazy. If anything
Yeah.
in the wasteland is bleeding,
Yeah.
they'll freak out.
Yeah, remember what Richard Dreyfuss says? All this thing does is eat and sleep and make baby sharks. So there's
Richard Dreyfuss says that.
he does in Jaws. He does indeed. A fine motion.
it's this movie about a shark, Damon.
I've heard of it.
right.
It's on my watch list.
It's on your watch list. So, guys, this entire episode, because
You
again,
didn't
we're-
tell us what you thought would be the
I
scariest.
did
keep
not
forgetting
tell you-
yourself.
Well, sometimes I like to move on to the next topic
Such a
when time
modest
is getting
host.
slow. So I just want to think of the. I'm thinking of the people loudly.
And they want to
loudly.
hear what you think. What you have to say.
Yeah. So I am highly arachnophobic, but spiders are almost too easy. What I'm scared of most in the world are things that like latch on. So I think the idea of like ticks, huge
Yeah.
ticks.
That could just like suck all your blood in one go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just immense ticks that you couldn't get off,
yeah,
and you
that's
could
really
Game on
feel
his blood
gradually.
bugs. That's all I need.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
if it attaches to you and you're like, well, I'll die if I leave it there, or I have to cut my arm off.
Exactly.
Like,
I just
oh.
and then watching
That's
it
really
bloat
bad.
on your blood.
Leeches.
Leeches would be awful. Yeah, just like coming out of a river and having
Did you
a
ever see
5-foot
that
leech on you.
King Kong movie, the recent one with Jack Black?
Yeah.
When they get stuck
Yeah,
in that pit
and
and there's that
all
leech
those
just
bugs.
takes the guy's head off. I'm just like, oh, no.
that-
I hate that entire scene.
That seems grotesque.
Andy
Yeah.
Serkis has a terrible death.
yeah.
Thing going over his head, like
Yeah.
slowly. going-
That would be terrible. Mosquitoes would be terrible because like just think about like
Yeah, they have them in the
a 6
blood
foot
bugs.
long
Yeah.
needle.
I hate those things.
Yeah, you actually do have
Pale
those.
And
as
you
as well.
like them
face.
from like a city away. I'm just like, nope.
Stay away. But I do think spiders, the whole so the thing about spiders is they look at you as if they would eat you if they were big enough. Like spider
And
just looks
now
at
they
you like,
are.
and so that frightens me a little. So finally, even though this episode, which has been kind of a highly irregular one for us, it's been a lot of fun. We're kicking back here. The end of the year is coming. Senioritis has set in. Christmas is on the way here in the IGN offices. So we say to you, my friends, final thing. Even though the whole episode's kind of been a total diversion, today's total diversion. What do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? This has nothing to do with Fallout. This is our total diversion. We just ask, what do you want for Christmas?
I haven't read any of those new Star Wars comics.
So you'd like to get those?
Yeah, Star Wars, Darth Vader, Lando, Princess Leia. I haven't read any of them.
All right. So some of those are real good.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, some
They're
of
on-
them less good, but some of them real good.
They're on my wish list.
So, all right. So you'd like Star Wars comics.
And speaking of, who's this guy?
Oh, we're at.
He looks like a mummy. I don't
that-
remember
oh,
the mummy.
Dengar.
That's Dave's disintegrator, isn't he?
No, that's Dengar right there. That's the he's one of the bounty hunters. That's
Dengar is his
yeah,
name?
yeah, and he's standing on
He's
the.
just he's in one scene in Empire.
Yeah. I remember him. He was like the
I had
mummy
him-
guy.
I had his toy. Yeah, he's
Wow.
he's kind of a running Star Wars joke in some of the old like expanded universe fiction. He's this kind of out of his luck bounty hunter, and just nothing works out for him.
I'm pretty sure they planned that with a Robot Chicken sketch one time.
So I think he ended up in Aftermath too, like, and something horrible happened to him. There's like one little thing in Aftermath, and like his scheme blows up in his face again. If I remember
Classic
right.
Dengar.
Yeah, that's what I remember. But that book is so forgettable that I could have just made that up. So
I want John Wick 2 to be in theaters already.
oh,
There was a screenshot released today of Keanu Reeves, who plays John Wick, talking to another character played by Lawrence Fishburne. And I'm like, just
They're
getting like shades of the
secretly making the
Matrix.
Matrix.
Yeah, like
Sean, in 60 seconds, can you explain John Wick? Because I tried and it didn't.
oh, you don't
click
even
for
need
me.
60
Oh,
seconds. yeah.
I immensely enjoyed John Wick.
Guys,
Yeah.
help me out
Super
here.
fun.
Help me out.
I mean-
John Wick is an action movie about a hitman, a retired hitman, who goes on a rampage after some stupid kids kill his dog.
Caught all of that. I watched that. Why the very strong appeal? A lot of
I
people
thought
really seem
the,
to love
the
it.
action was wildly entertaining, and it was a little bit different because it was like close quarters gunplay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
melee gunplay almost.
the premise and the plot is not the draw of that. It's how that plot is executed, which is that, like Damon said, there's awesome action sequences. John Wick is entirely lethal, and then they went the extra mile and they added this layer of like this sort of like seedy underbelly for like hitmen.
Yeah.
All through, which is
Hitman
kind of all routed through
culture.
this like
Hitman Hotel,
yeah.
Hitman Club, Hitman.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's very
This
cool.
all sounds good to me, but when I watched it, I was like, "This is all right." It didn't grab me.
It's
kind of
not
different
like it's not like The Raid. It's not like
Yeah.
on that
Okay.
level. But I thought it was great. It was really
I think
fun.
that's the problem. Is I was expecting the raid when I went in.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's-
not quite there.
Okay.
It's more like Jack Reacher level. Jack
Okay,
Reacher,
that's-
another great movie.
I actually haven't seen that one.
Oh, you'd like it. It's a little bit. It's less heavy on the action. Like it's got less action set pieces, but they're bigger, which is cool.
I just felt like I don't know. I felt like it had been done at Hard Boiled, and I liked it more there. I don't know, but you're right.
None
there's
of these
kind a
movies are
punchy
dread.
gunplay thing, though. What about you?
Does it have to be like a feasible present?
No, just what you
okay.
want for Christmas.
What I want is probably a hyperbolic time chamber so that I could spend my winter break for a year catching up on all the games I need to play because I have too many games on my backlog. Just from this year alone, I need to beat The Witcher. I need to beat Tomb Raider. I need to finish Fallout. I'm just like, there is too much stuff. And we have Game of the Year nominations. And I'm like,
I got
too much
time
time.
for
And I
this.
only got 2 weeks to do this.
Do you want time for Christmas?
Yes. I want more
That
time.
would be so infinitely useful, though. The time chamber. Wasn't
For-
that
for
called
so
from
many
DBZ?
things.
Is that what it's called? The hyperbaric time chamber.
Hyperbolic time chamber. Yeah.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Something like that.
No, I'd really
Yeah, I
like one of
forget.
those.
You're familiar with this concept, right? You guys
Yeah.
watch DBZ?
Yeah.
Damon?
Yeah,
No.
one day is a
One
year.
day is a
and-
year in the chamber. And so they use it to train because it's like they get a year of training in
I
one
get
day
that.
and they come out way stronger.
Nice.
Yeah.
We would use it to play video games.
and be lazy.
Catch up
More
on
time to
homework.
be lazy.
More time to just lay
Instead of
around.
reading books or like increasing our knowledge,
Sleep.
play Witcher.
For me, I miss Japan badly. It's been too long. And
You
I
want
would-
Japan?
I want to go to Japan again.
Can I go with
It's
you?
been-
I wanna go to
Yes,
Japan. I've
you
never
can
been.
come. Oh, Brennan, you got it. Yeah, you can come. Absolutely. You guys can all come.
All right.
Damon loves Japan. He's been there many times.
I've
Sean,
been there
you like
once.
Japan? You've been there?
Yeah, once to Osaka.
Okay, so I want the four of
jealous.
us to go to Japan together and stay for a long time and have a lot of money to do fun things.
Can we stay in the Godzilla Hotel in Shinjuku?
Absolutely.
I'm down.
Yep, that's good. You've done that already, haven't
I
you?
have. Yeah, it's really, really fun.
That's just the best. So, guys, anyway, thank you so much for watching and listening to Vault, IGN's Fallout 4 podcast. You can reach us at ye old Twitter for Petty Comma Jared, COMMA. Twitter handles for these other fine fellas. This guy right here is.
Dame Zero.
This guy right here is.
At Raga_Fraga.
This fella right here is.
At I'm Finnegan, unverified, dangerous.
Thank you so much for
Verified,
watching and
dangerous.
listening and writing in and all the cool stuff you send and all the nice things you say and all the nice 5-star ratings you continue to give us on iTunes. Hint, hint. Thank you so much. And until next week, enjoy your apocalypse.